Hi, my name is Spencer Adam. I'm the estimator for BBS Construction. I graduated in 2014 at K-State. Today we'll be talking to you about the potential garage that we're going to build with you guys and hope that you guys enjoy our project.
My name is Brian Carpenter. I'm the job site student superintendent for BBS Construction, and I'm a K-State grad of 2013. And today I'll be talking a little bit about the schedule and the site plan for our project.
Hi, my name is Billy Purpura. I'm the project manager with BBS Construction. Graduated from K-State in 2010.
Like all jobs, the estimate and how much this building is going to cost is one of the most important issues that any owner can come by. So I'm going to run through our estimate sheet and kind of go through what kind of concrete it's going to take to build this building and kind of the cost that's going to go associate with all that. So all these numbers and these pricing is coming from our RS Means book, which will have a little bit of a fluctuation depending on which city all these are going to be built at. But since we're going to be building a lot of them, the labor and whatnot will kind of fluctuate, but it'll overall be about the same amount. So first off, obviously the slab of the building, it's about 250 cubic yards of concrete. With the labor and everything like that, you're looking at about $32,000 total for that. We'll have two waste slabs. That's about a total of 33 cubic yards, and that only cost us $4,200, and those would be torn out before we place the asphalt. For just the normal panels without any cutouts in them, we broke all the panels down into different sections. We're going to have 110 cubic yards of concrete. Those panels cost us $14,000. The three panels with the single door in them, that'll be about 40 cubic yards, and that'll be about $5,000. The one panel with the very big window display in it, that'll be 11 cubic yards and roughly cost us $1,400. And the four garage door panels that will be sitting on those waste slabs is 41 cubic yards, and that costs us about $5,000. And we will be renting the braces that we'll be using for the building, so we'll just have to get rental prices from a rental company, and also we'll be having to go through and get the lifting inserts and bracing inserts pricing from them. But the amount of braces we need is 32. The amount of lifting inserts we need is 128, and the amount of bracing inserts we need is 32. And to kind of go over some of the formwork for what we need, we're looking at about 1,287 board feet of 2x6 lumber, and that'll roughly cost us about $7,500. And then the last thing that we're going to be looking at is our continuous footing that we'll be placing. That'll be 107 cubic yards that'll go around the whole entire building. That'll be roughly about $12,000. And the last thing that we're going to get is our crane rental, which depending on the state and depending on where we're putting these, that number may vary. And so overall, with all the concrete and some of the bracing and whatnot, we're looking at about $81,592 to build this building. That includes the labor, and that does not include the crane pricing or any of the bracing pricing, because that'll depend on where we're staging this job.
Going into our schedule here a little bit, we anticipate a total project duration for our tilt-up services to land at a little over 5 weeks. And this includes everything from panel placement to mobilizing and demobilizing the crawler crane that we will be providing. The site plan that we have included shows our overall rendering of the site. It includes locations for our waste slab and crane assembly, as well as a 30-foot setback from the slab, which is designated as our workable crane area.
For this building, we have decided to do 27-foot tall panels, and each panel is 30 feet wide, which makes a very good uniform layout for all the panels. All these panels will be sitting on a continuous footing, and that footing will be 4 feet wide by 1.5 feet tall. The overall slab for this building will be a 6-inch slab, and we'll have about a 4-foot leave-out strip where we can set the panels and then fill in later after each panel, all the panels are set. The wall height is based pretty much upon how far it goes down on the continuous footing, plus the clear space that we need in the shop, and as well as the parapet wall that we're looking for. But we also have to factor in all the roof drainage that you need so that the building doesn't look all funky, everything like that. Outside the building, we'll be using 2 extra casting slabs to cast the garage door panels, and there'll be 2 slabs that are 4 inches thick. Those will not be reinforced because it's not necessarily reinforce them, because we're just going to cover them later. And so all in all, it'll take about 8 days in total to place the slab with all the reinforcement and everything like that. The crane we selected for this job would be Crane A from Link Belt 218. This crane capacity we need is only 60 tons for the job, which is good. The maximum reach for this crane, with all the riggings and whatnot, will only be about 100 feet, since this crane will be able to move all the way around the whole entire site. The only walking that this crane will be having to do is walk a couple panels on the south side of the building into place, and then also walk the garage panels from the waste slab to their final destination. But those destinations are not that far away, so we do not see that being a very big issue whatsoever.
Next, we'll be talking about our building pad and the sequence of our lift. So as you can see in the diagram, we do have that continuous footing around the perimeter of the building, shown in the dark and light gray. The panels will be resting right in the middle of those. That's a 4-foot continuous footing. As you can also see, there are various columns and trench drains and these pits in the bottom left corner, and the bathroom plumbing rough-in. As far as those go, we're going to be filling in the columns and the trench drain with sand and then a thin layer of concrete over the top, because we will be casting panels in those areas. As for the plumbing rough-in in the bathroom and the pits, we decided to just leave those there and use a waste slab to the south of the building. So those are just going to stay. We're not going to fill those in with anything. The waste slab that you see is it's a 27 by 60 foot waste slab, so that's going to be big enough for 2 stacks of 2, and that's where we're going to be placing our garage door panels. And then each panel is approximately 30 by 27 feet, and some of them have different cutouts for windows and doors, but they are all 30 by 27. And on the main slab, mostly common forms will be used where convenient. And then as far as our sequence goes, we're going to start in the southeast corner at P1, and then work counterclockwise to around the building to P2, P3, and so on, and end up back on the south edge of the building with placing the garage door panels, and end at P16.